one thing that the ATF is authorized to do is disband.
You know, the right to bear arms is because that's the last form of defense against tyranny, not to hunt. It's to protect yourself from the police.
Not only no gun control, but, you know, we're going to destroy the whole concept because the internet's going to serve guns.
And we want our rights, and by God, we're going to keep them. Come hell or high water.
The eMilitia Podcast, Episode 76, Guns, Tattoos B.R. Enjoy, fuckers.
Alright. I just hit record, but we can cut it in whenever we want.
Alright, let me get this set up. My hands aren't even shaking that bad today.
Oh, good.
Plug this in?
Yeah. Doing some tattoo apprentice shit, like helping set up my own tattoo. That's basically the only way that I know how to become a proper tattoo apprentice, is to literally just pay to get a shit ton of work done by one guy until you become friends with them, and then they teach you.
Yeah, or you can just do it yourself.
DIY.
Oh, you can put that on the ground.
I was gonna say, you don't need to mess with this or anything?
No, I'm gonna leave it at 8.2.
What does that mean?
The higher the number, the faster the needle goes.
Ah, cool. Honestly, like when you were drawing on me a second ago, that kind of just felt like getting a tattoo. Like to me, that's as much as it. No, that's as much as it always feels like. Is just someone dragging a pen along your skin. But
I'm no pro, so.
So you might dig me out a little.
I might.
Well, how have other people?
Shader.
How have other people rated your tattooing?
Only my sister and her wife cried.
Okay, well, were they the only women you've tattooed?
No.
In that case, that's a good review then. Some women didn't cry.
Yeah, some women did not.
So
most women did not.
It's not just like a men being tough thing and being like, nah, it doesn't hurt, man. You're just fucking killing me here. Okay. Because a woman wouldn't, I don't think they would lie to you about it hurting. But then they'd be like, ow, you dickhead.
A Bridgerton experience just opened in DC.
A Bridgerton experience.
I want to dress up like I'm going to a ball and have the queen rate me if I'm elegant or not. I want her to just tell me that I'm beautiful.
Oh, do we call that Aquapool?
I can.
Is that for after?
Yeah.
I've used a little bit before.
You would?
Oh, to moisturize it.
Actually to make sure that my ink cap doesn't flip over.
Oh.
Put a little bit on the bottom, stick it.
Fair. Let's just do it with some of your gin and tonic.
Yeah. Let it dry.
Yeah, let this be a nice sterile work
gin
area.
and tonic reduction.
Well,
Thank you.
beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful bit of
You got
nursing.
different colors?
Never used any colors.
Scary.
I think if you're gonna get a DIY tattoo, like you should really hedge your bets and just get it in black. Because worst case scenario, you can say you did some time, people don't fuck with you. You know.
Yeah. Are you recording?
Yes, I am. That's why I'm speaking like a dramatic,
Okay.
over the top person. What?
I'll just tell you you're recording.
We can cut in whenever you need.
Yeah, we're just fucking around.
I know. I'm just saying. I could tell your I'm being recorded voice from your I'm not being recorded voice.
What is my recorded voice compared to my normal voice? Like, how's it changed?
Oh, shit.
It's more boomy.
Boomy.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I know what I need to do to hit the mic. Because if I speak under my voice, it doesn't fucking pick up. So I have to like speak over it.
Be careful.
What do you mean, be careful?
There's a splash of ink on this Airbnb table.
Oh.
Is the ground okay? Is the ground secure?
Oh shit.
You have to cut that part out. Just said your name.
There's gonna be a lot of that. It's alright. I bleep so much in various shows now.
Alright, one more time with the hand sanitizer, please, nurse.
Squirt, squirt.
Nice ASMR.
I know why I just sanitized again. But I thought it was necessary. I have to be sterile too.
Just audience participation.
All right, so
Clean vibes, clean vibes.
So yeah, what are we doing, Guns?
we just spent. It's me, BR, BR's lady. What do we call you?
Lady B.R.
Lady B.R. And we just spent a few days together. We traveled a good ways up and down the east coast of the United States. And I'm about to give at least BR a tattoo. And we'll see after that.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Here's the thing, like, most people would probably presume that I've had, like, DIY tattoos before. But I've actually, I would say, I actually have nice tattoos so far. Like, they're not saying DIY tattoos can't be nice, because my lady has some DIY tattoos that are real nice.
This I do.
My
I've
lady.
got some, one of my really good friends did some dots on the side of my neck with stick and poke. And that's pretty quiet.
Yeah, it's louder in the skin.
Especially if it's bouncing off my bone.
Whoa.
That sucks it up.
Well, anyways,
Alright. I haven't done this in a while either.
I haven't gone one in a while, so I might be a little bitch. But no, usually I'm a trooper. Alright.
ooh. Okay, so yeah, my friend did stick and poke on my neck. I have 7 dots on either side.
You wanna give him a physical description as well?
What do you mean?
Tattoos are one of the identifying things like people put down in files and shit.
Oh. How's it feel?
I'll take.
Oh shit, it's happening.
Dude, I'm covered in tattoos. I'm fine.
It's happening.
And you know what? I love and trust this man. And we've been talking about doing this for a long time, so I'm
Probably a mistake.
don't say that like immediately. You need a break?
Just started.
Alright.
We'll break after I get this first outline in.
Okay.
And then we'll see how bad I fucked it up and see what I need to fix.
Oh fuck. Well, the circle's not very straight to begin with, so I don't know how much you can really mess it up. It's not a perfect circle, but
Well,
my dots aren't perfect either.
that's the
And
charm.
That's the beauty.
Yeah, my hands are shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you need more alcohol or more THC? Yes, right?
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm just gonna do it right here. I think I'm also just nervous.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. you
We
be
can
nervous.
we can just chill and chat for a second, dude. Think about what we're doing.
Is it 'cause
It's
I'm,
too late now.
I'm looking over your shoulder?
I've already started. What?
Is it because I'm looking over your shoulder?
No.
Is it because we're committing it to audio?
I don't want this to go badly, and you to be pissed off at me live on a recording.
Dude, here's the thing. I've been thinking about this for a long time because we've been talking about doing a DIY tattoo for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my friends has some awful, one of my best mate back home, in fact, has some awful tattoos from parties.
That you don't trip on the floor.
And so, but like we were talking about it because all of mine are like so far, quote unquote professional in a shop. So like, obviously none of them I regret. Even the ones that don't necessarily, I would definitely choose today. I'm still like, oh, it's cool. It's of an era, it's part of me. It tells a story. That's way more interesting than head to toe 100% perfect tattoos.
Yeah.
Tattoos that tell a little bit of a story, tell a little bit about a part of your life, of an era.
I've got a lot of fucked up tattoos.
Exactly. I think it's awesome. I don't give
Have you seen my tattoos?
Yeah,
Some of them.
the other night.
There's a nice picture of your legs on BR's camera.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, when we were fucked up, I got like a.
You in your underwear.
Me and my underwear.
You were like,
What is this picture? Oh yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Got
yeah.
me.
Yeah, we got you. You did it to yourself, though. You started unbuckling yourself, and you were just ready for the show.
I did that in front of you?
Oh, yeah.
You took your belt off and dropped your pants.
You kept your underwear on.
Yeah, your underwear was on, but like...
How fucked up was I? I don't even remember doing this.
This was like the first night. Well, in the first town we got to. Yeah. Was it that night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was when we went
After we went to that fun bar.
Yeah, we went to a little dive
with
bar.
The bras. There were like 30 bras on the wall. Just hung up. All kinds of sizes.
Some custom, for sure.
Yeah.
Probably some...
Fluff your aura.
Fluff your aura.
Come on. Yeah.
You're like... Plus, remember what we talked about? So, we should discuss what the design we're getting. Or I'm getting. I'm having guns. We were wondering what to do. For the longest time, I was like, well, it'd be appropriate for guns to give me a Circle A, right? But I want one. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. So I went for an equally difficult shape, being a fucking circular little cartoon bomb.
Circles are hard.
Circles are hard.
Don't worry about hurting me. I'm chilling.
You sure?
Yeah, 100%.
Because I might blow out some of these lines.
I know. I don't even know what that means.
All right.
Yeah, what does blow out mean?
It's best if you don't know. Blowing out
Stab
a
too
line
deep?
is when you go too deep. Tattoo ink needs to be suspended between certain layers of the skin for it to stay there.
Okay.
And if you go too deep, it's just carried away by your blood.
Mm.
That's what happened to the chick with the ass on my thigh. That's why her index finger is missing. Because I blew that line out and it just got carried away.
Mm. Am I like making you shake with my leg on you?
No, I just shake.
Alright. I don't know, I'm just... Suggestions, man. Oof.
That hurt.
Yeah, see. And I don't know how
That one hurt?
professional tattooers
No response.
do it where if their client jerks at all, it seems like they still don't fuck up. But when I'm tattooing somebody, if they jerk at all, I fuck it up.
Are you like holding the skin? Like spreading it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could probably do it a little more, but
Yeah, like don't worry about like
your
being...
skin's already pretty tight. You'd make a nice pair of pants.
Thank you.
You have tight skin.
Isn't that what you love me for?
Yep.
That tight skin? ASMR. We should probably talk over it. How you feeling, buddy?
So I'm about halfway done with the circular part, and I'm literally sweating.
Don't you have to go over it like a couple times?
No, the line should be good after this, but it's not gonna be pretty. I'm gonna have to fix it
I think it's gonna be cute.
with the shading. So what we're gonna shade this in all the way black. So that's one. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take multiple passes, and two, it's probably gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt a lot. Did you clean the area?
Yeah.
Just checking.
My mom's gonna be so pissed.
Probably.
She's like, why did you get that? Oh yeah, I didn't even say what I got. Oh no, maybe I did. We are doing a little circular cartoonish bomb. For fun. I like the sparks. They're fun.
Yeah, they look good.
Like, I just like, I've been really into like, kind of, iconography, like simple kind of icons that aren't like crazy deep or, you know, they're kind of open to interpretation. Like black work is the kind of tattooing I really like. So like,
Is that going into you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Oh, ow, ooh, ah. I told you I'm not bad. What was I gonna say? Yeah, you definitely
Best
go
parts
into
of our trip. Also, do we tell them our name?
Oh yeah.
So we have a name.
So separate of the eMilitia, when it. Oops, sorry.
It went inside, so that's the good part.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've flinched. It's more like a spasm. What was I say? Oh yeah, when we have the holy militia, of course we all love the company of everyone and their like spouses and stuff, but just the three of us kind of have a different kind of energy. And this is the same. You right?
Yeah, good.
You sound stressed.
You sound like you're struggling more than me.
Exasperated.
I would suggest. And you don't have to, filling the entire thing in black. Unless you want the shine marks.
Let's have a look. You're worried about doing those?
I am a little bit worried about doing those.
Just make them a little bigger. That's all. If you really want them.
You really want the shine marks?
I'm looking, and every single so that's an illustration of one without.
Yeah, but it's in a hand.
It kind of gives context, right? That one has a little bit of a shine mark in it. You could do a square shine mark. If that would be easier. What's in this one is kind of like a box.
It's a spider.
Where?
Is it?
The big one?
Yeah. We will sanitize the work area. Come here, you little motherfucker. Oops.
He was like, nope.
BR commits murder live on air. Fuck you.
Oh shit. Got it.
It's a bit of a struggle, but he's dead.
Alright. If you really want the shine marks, I'll try to do them, but it's just
I think they're important, but look at that. So I guess that does have a crescent at the back. They do all have one, but it doesn't have to be that shape, you know?
So what would be a better shape?
What would be easiest for you? That's even.
That's pretty cool.
What do you think? Would the dot work be kind of hard to do? Because if you literally just have it
The thing I'm worried about is my line not being perfect and me being able to mitigate that with filling it in. So if I was going to do the dot work,
it would just be on display.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see that one? Okay, could we do one of those? Like a single little oval?
Yeah. I think.
Grab my pen.
So it'd be that's kind of cute.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so I'm just going to modify this a little bit.
Yeah.
Round it off.
It's so funny. You're like, oh, it's permanent, and I want to make you angry. I'm just laughing through this because I should mention I've had half a cookie that Guns allegedly made.
Allegedly.
It may be a particularly fun kind of cookie, and I'm feeling fucking grand. So I'm just enjoying myself probably more than anyone else here right now. You're sitting here
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
I know you're sweating.
He's stressed.
You're stressed sweating, and I'm sitting here just smiling.
You like this with
So you're okay with, you see where the oval goes, right?
Yes, sir.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
You sure?
I promise you. I'm fucking around and being smiling and shit, but I'm cool, dude. It looks good. It's gonna.
It does look good, actually.
It doesn't look good.
It does.
It's going to have character, and like I was saying before we started recording, people see a bomb tattoo on me. If I ever get arrested and have to do time, they're gonna be like, I'm not fucking with that guy.
Okay. I'm so worried about what's gonna happen next.
When you wrap it?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'll just let out a shriek of pain and call you a cunt.
Alright, don't look.
So is that water?
Look away.
Is that just straight water?
No, it's soap and water.
I'm gonna watch my lady's face. She's smiling. Is it good smiling or bad smiling?
So I definitely need to redo.
It's nowhere near as bad as it looks with all this the.
Just
all
that
the-
bottom right. Just looks slightly faded, but
Oh, also I'm a sicko, and at the end, what I usually do with like line work tattoos, like my skull, I like a thick line. So maybe with the shader, we can make the line a little bit thicker.
I
But
might have a thicker
Oh, no?
liner.
okay,
I might.
depends on what we have. I am super easy.
See, like this right here, this little hump.
Yeah, yeah.
I can soften that up when we shade.
with two shades.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I can also like where I overextended there a little bit.
Yeah, just bring it in.
Yeah.
I
So
mean-
that's what I'm gonna try to do right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is fascinating. That was a long period where I really wanted to get into tattooing, but and a lot of my designs are on people, including myself. I wear quite a few of my own designs, but I was always a little hesitant of like going all in on learning tattooing, mainly because it's just hard. You have to know people, and like after moving, there was a few people who did a lot of work on me who knew I was a graphic designer, even suggested to me to like design flash sheets for them, which I never did. Would have been a good way to make money. But then I moved and I had to restart making relationships with people to ever become like a tattoo apprentice, like properly. And obviously, with us trying to just keep heads above water, the only time that I was gonna do that was right before, like, we moved twice.
Yeah.
So, didn't end up happening. Might happen in the future. But, how you doing, buddy?
I tried to clean up that bottom line a little bit.
Ah,
I tried to redo it. I tried to make it better. I would rebuild him. Damn it! It's still not there. I'm just not going deep enough.
Joey, go deeper.
Just wipe my hands on my dirty pants. Should we wait?
Huh?
Should we wait?
Well, no, I think we just need to keep it up a little bit more to cover it.
Okay.
But, ramble, rada.
It is pretty quiet though.
It is. I think we'll probably be alright. Oh no, it sounds like they're just like running stuff, so we should be fine. Guys, it feels like we're hiding in a basement.
We are.
We are in a. Oh,
We are,
shit.
we are.
This is the first time that we have, for me, I've recorded from my basement, literally. Oof.
So you had to go over that spot a few times now.
Yeah, but no, it's good. I'm just feeling it. And
Here comes the sun.
do copyright strike. Looks kind of trippy.
Uh-oh. I made a line between the lines. I'm just gonna shade it in.
I like it though so far.
Alright, so we're gonna switch needles here.
We're already done with line work.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm just gonna shade it in.
That's what we love, people. Line work is the worst part of a tattoo. Anyone who thinks different has not had enough.
That's not gonna be the case today.
No,
Shading is absolutely gonna be the worst part.
I've always found shading to be kind of like a piece of piss. 15 minutes from now, you just hear me go, "Fuck, kill me."
Because how many? Oh. Instead of one, there's like 6 on there.
I've always found it kind of relaxing.
I think there's actually like 9.
That's why I'm just doing line work.
Wild. my main motivation is getting done so I can have some wine. Because
You can drink during this. I'm not gonna make you bleed out.
I guess you're right.
I'm drinking.
See,
I'm drinking.
oh, this is something I was gonna say earlier. Is that I've always been like dead sober for like a tattoo. So like.
Oh.
You're
So it feels a little different.
using my toes as cable management. oh yeah, for everyone listening, Guns has unrestricted access to my toes currently. Something many have dreamt of for years.
You have nice feet.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No goblin feet?
Nope.
That's awesome.
They're pretty nice.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't like feet like that, but they're okay.
Same to you, my love.
I thought you said I had pretty feet.
You do have pretty feet, which is weird because I've never said that about anyone's feet.
I've been complimented on my feet before.
Alright, well.
It's a high honor.
Huh?
It's a high honor.
Yeah.
How's this feeling?
I just said oof. It's like pain management. So it's alright though. Like it's not that bad. This one's a little bit louder, huh?
More needles.
I guess.
That's alright. We just gotta keep talking.
Yes, we do. 'Cause we're doing shit in the basement, like fucking underground. Some DIY shit for sure.
I'm sure it's not the first time it's happened.
Well, who knows? But
I mean, in a place of Airbnb-ness.
Airbnb-ness.
BS.
Alright, what was the favorite part of your trip, BR? Of our trip?
There you go.
Wait, hold on. Alright.
We gotta work on your hosting skills, but I
Hey,
do. No, I
I'm
really
not.
respect the the spirit.
So, what was your favorite part of our trip, BR?
I think so. I won't get into too much specifics, but we were here initially for something that you were doing, which brought us out near Guns, so we brought him along for the ride, and then that turned there was also business for me to attend to that is potentially part of the big kind of move I'm trying to make right now in life in general, not necessarily like a physical move somewhere, but so it was kind of like opportunistic that they happened, but we would have to travel across a couple of states to do it, so it turned into kind of like a little road trip. So all that to say, the big thing for me was like there was a stressful thing that I had to take care of at the end, and it was like a big, it was on my mind the whole trip. So we did some cool stuff, and we got to hang out and chill. Mm-hmm. How you doing, man?
Good.
Good.
Pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
But so at this
Getting
point,
drunk.
yeah.
I have a lot more shading to do. It's gonna look like shit when I wipe it off. It's gonna look like
Like we missed a ton.
yeah. It's gonna look like trash. Just always happens to me.
Banter. But
Bad.
No, the big thing is overcoming like the big stress for me and getting it done. And since then, just the last few hours, we've actually been able to relax and kind of vacation a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the best part for me. Like these last few hours of just chilling and having a time where there's no responsibilities or anything looming,
Yeah.
which I feel like we haven't had that for a long time.
Yeah.
Like actually feel there was moments like before, like and earlier in the week, where I felt like we were vacationing and stuff, but for the most part, it was just kind of like anytime there was a lull, I'm like, oh god, it's coming.
Yeah.
But no, crushed it. I think. I think it went pretty well.
We did pretty good.
Yeah, and made the most of this trip.
What was your favorite part, Lady B.R?
My favorite part. I think my favorite night so far had to be either between our first night in the first city at that bar and the last night in that city, because when we went to the bar it was just like we had such a long time. Oh, let's tell everybody what I did.
Well,
So,
don't go into
I
like
won't go into
organizational
specifics,
but yeah.
I will let them know. So
I will let them know.
originally, so we booked these tickets to the state where we're. Okay. Anyways, we booked.
The Batcave.
We booked tickets. I booked tickets for BR and I to go meet. And
It's all right,
he was supposed to. Long story short, that kind of looks kind of cool.
It does. It looks how like every strip mall has like a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
And they show like their proudest work, and they're like, yeah, I do black work. And that's like they're like, this is my best piece so far. And you're like, Jesus Christ.
BR's bomb looks.
I love that kind of texture though.
It does look pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
It's not
I
fully
wanted to make sure that it
shaded,
stayed
everyone.
inside of the line, so I just wanted to do a single pass there, and now I'm gonna have to. I did the same thing up here, and I tried to not go into the oval at all. And this is my trouble side here. I'm having trouble over here. I won't lie.
It's looking fun so far, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Alright.
I wasn't taking the piss out of you there. I'm saying it like. I've seen that before, and I now understand how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably from people like, you know, they do literally like one, you know, cover all of the thing, and the person just can't sit still any longer.
Mm.
And the guy just...
Yeah, it's probably gonna take me like 5 passes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We're chilling.
Okay, so long story short, I booked us tickets to the wrong state. And didn't realize it until we were sitting at the gate. Had already gotten through security.
Do we not want to be specific about where we've already visited?
No.
Something... I guess...
Can I mention my place?
Yeah. Cause we visited your home state.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about before.
South Carolina.
Yeah. We visited the Carolinas.
Yeah. So we were originally supposed to be in... Can I
South.
just tell them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So originally we were supposed to be in North Carolina. Okay? And the plan was for guns to drive up to the airport in North Carolina, scoop us up, and then take us to the Airbnb where we were going to stay. But I booked the tickets to South Carolina instead. I got the Charlestons and the Charlottes mixed up, okay?
The C's.
The C's
It was
were
the damn
a problem.
C's.
And so, as we're sitting at the gate, I realized this as I'm really looking at our tickets for the first time.
Because we've just been go for months and months and months on it. And
It was freaking manic.
The first time we stopped was literally waiting for our plane.
Mm-hmm.
And you just were like, oh my god.
I kept refreshing the page and nothing was happening.
Didn't say anything to me.
For like 5 minutes. I refreshed the page for 5 minutes maybe. And then like thought about how I was going to tell you that I fucked up really, really bad. Which he took very well. Very
Because
well.
we took edibles. I was drugged.
We were pretty...
That was the first time I've ever done the airport like that, by the way.
We didn't take edibles.
Yeah, we did. We absolutely
We
did.
smoked outside.
Oh, no, that's what we did. Yeah, we smoked.
I was like, we were not that high. But anyways.
5 or 6
So yeah, then we had to call who was asleep. So then we texted him, told him the situation. He was a true pal and drove 2 hours or more. Was it more than that? He drove about 2 hours. About 2 hours to come pick us up, and then we had to backtrack on ourselves and go back to North Carolina because that's where we're supposed to be. So that's how the trip started, but also we got really fucked up on some edibles, which was pretty nice.
Yeah, which were, again, so we got fucked up on Guns' homemade edibles,
Yes.
allegedly. And, oh my fucking Christ. We were just... That's the other thing. I would have loved to have driven at some point, but this man has been a saint and has driven us, like, chauffeur-driven us around.
Not because of the goodness of his heart, everyone, but because
Everyone.
he doesn't trust us.
It's kind of 50-50. I feel the love.
No, I'm kidding. Yes, it was half because of the goodness of his heart.
But also he's worried we're gonna
Also, he would be
get
freaking
us
out
pulled
the whole
over
time.
and killed by cops.
I think it was mostly a selfish act, but
The giggle tells me you might not be entirely wrong.
I judge character pretty well.
Damn.
So yeah,
So wrong state. We booked it up here. We got to North Carolina like 4 hours or whatever after when we planned on.
yeah. But also, we were so tired. We ended up finding a cute little bar, hole-in-the-wall bar that was like within a maybe 9-minute walk of where we were staying. And it was great. The bartender was really sweet. She was actually from our home state.
Yeah.
Happened to be. And used to be a teacher. We were bonded pretty good there. And
Bitching about that public education. Nah, she was.
she was bitching about the public education.
That was kind of cool. She was like, it's all fucked, man. There's no.
Through to the table.
It'll probably be alright. Should we check that?
Probably.
You want to bring this side? Do you ready? Hold that. The gun. Alright. Teamwork.
Boom, boom, boom.
Flan it. Okay, wait.
You flatten out.
Careful.
Careful.
Guess I'm not very flat. Ooh, fuck. You're gonna end up with a dot and some of my blood in your arm. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Oh shit, I just got fucking ink on my other arm. Shit.
Stop touching stuff, guys.
Well, you have to touch the recording equipment at some point. Nah, I got one hand, that's good.
You want some hand sanitizer?
Yes please. Thank you. Thank you, Nas.
Make sure you don't get dropped that anywhere.
Yeah, I will. I'll just get it on my white shirt. Why am I wearing a white shirt? I'm a dumbass. This is an accident waiting to happen. To be fair, I think clothing stained with tattoo ink is pretty. Like it's kind of sick. Oh, like the Polish tattoo artist that did a lot of work on my body.
So it's already looking a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Like 2 or 3 more
need
passes.
Like 3 or 4. Probably 4.
All right, go 3 or 4.
But so yeah, that first night was probably one of my favorite nights.
Yeah, I got some. We all got fucked up.
Plastered.
Yeah, it was great. We just went out like the 3.
We walked.
Yeah, we walked. Like,
How would you say? We got skunked.
There you go. She's learning.
Mm-hmm.
Guns. Do you have one for us? What did we get?
Sloshed.
There
Oh,
we
come on.
go.
Come on, you can do better than Sloshed.
Yeah,
Sloshed,
make it up, dude.
Sloshed is a.
We got Tuesdayed.
There you go. She gets it. Absolutely flower pod, mate.
How do you like your tie-dye?
Absolutely Ben and Jerry.
We got absolutely flushed.
There you go.
That one actually makes sense, though.
She understands anything. It could be fucking nonsense.
We got cherry blossomed as fuck.
So, for those that don't get what the fuck is going on, it's a British thing. Like, if you just put an ed on the end of literally any word, that's how a Brit might describe how fucked up they got. Absolutely Power Ranger. Absolutely.
I like Power Rangered.
That was our group's standard. Absolutely Power Ranger. Because went out and saw like a group of people in Power Ranger morph suits one time. Kill 'em.
Alright, so I gotta say, I really enjoyed that night of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my favorite part of the trip was hanging out under the canopy in Charleston with my family and you two.
Shit, we didn't even touch on that yet.
We didn't. There's so much that happened in such a short amount of
So,
time
it's
that
been
I'm
a
like
really fucking
still
packed trip.
decompressing a little bit. That was a highlight. Can we talk about Nana Guns?
Yeah, we can talk about that again.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not gonna say anything bad about Nana Guns because she was a sweetheart the whole time to me. Did she have some moments of off-coloredness, I would say. Maybe a few. But she has a great heart. And I know she means well. I think that's all that matters.
And everyone understands what we mean by that.
Yes.
When we... Guns, could you remind us, or either of you, could you remind us what was said to us by Guns' dad as we walked... Before we walked into the house, but we were walking in the garage, what was said about Nana Guns?
I believe it was, she's batshit crazy. It's fucking embarrassing. Did you warn them? Which was said multiple times as we were like walking in.
Very seriously, like not joking, not being
joking.
like, "Hey, sport, did you warn him about how crazy grandma is?" It was like, did you warn him? Like, this is kind of a fucked up thing to do.
They were like seriously worried. They were like,
I'm making
your
Guns
dad's face.
I'm making Guns
Your dad's
laugh
face
while he's stabbing me.
It terrified me because he was like, "All right, I guess we're doing this," and then he was like, "I'm gonna walk you guys in for 2 seconds, and then you're on your own. I'm serious." Yeah. And we kind of laughed, and then he was like, "I'm serious."
Yeah.
You warned him, right?
He's like, "I live with this. I'm not dealing with it."
And then your dad's wife, your stepmom, was like, "You warned him, right?" Like right after. That's when he said, "She's fucking crazy," or no, "She's batshit crazy. It's fucking embarrassing." And then the rest is history. I don't know. It worked out. It all worked out. There's nothing but laughs and good times and great food. Absolutely amazing food. And beautiful scenery.
What did we eat?
We had a fish boil with potatoes, corn, shrimp. Sausage, which was, honestly, I really think it was the best sausage I've ever had in my whole life. And I need to figure out what kind of sausage that was, because I want it. It was so good. We also had chicken
bog.
Yes, chicken bog, which is basically rice, chicken.
So was it sausage?
Sausage. No beans.
Oh wait, before we wipe it, let's put it down.
But you used the chicken broth, I believe.
Fucking metal.
It is pretty fucking metal. This is agorism, man. Ow, fuck. It's getting there. We're getting there. You put an extra little dot on me.
I've drank over half this bottle on my own.
Did you? Oh lordy.
I've just been trucking away over here.
Yeah, we bought like, so getting alcohol out here is fucking weird.
It's shitty.
Well. This needs to be a very measured judgment. Like we can say it's shitty, and it is in some ways.
It sucks that you have to go to a certain place to get your alcohol. What doesn't suck is that these places have anything you could probably ever want in your whole life. All the flavors, all the brands, even brands you don't know about. Lots of moonshine.
The moonshine. So I picked up some South Carolinian moonshine, which I forgot the brand. I'll have to grab in a second.
South Carolinian.
South Carolinian.
Linian.
South Carolinians.
South Carolinians. You're just ready to move out here.
I'm already one with the people. Okay. You think I would do well out here?
Yeah, you do fine. Y'all both do fine.
I might be hunted down on
Lady B.R.
4th of July.
Yes.
Can you do me a huge favor?
What you need?
Can you throw this away?
I got you.
And can you bring me another one?
I got you. I'll be back.
I'm actually
get drink service.
I'm quite impressed by the fact that you're doing so well, and despite the fact that we're both inebriated.
Yeah.
Like, this is honestly this is the most responsible drunk / inebriated tattoo I think I've ever been witness to. Yeah. It's nice. I've always found personally, like, getting ink is very much like it's like not a therapy session, but it's quite intimate, you know?
Well, I give most of my tattoos to myself.
I'm saying, like, getting a tattoo, like, the conversation is quite intimate because there's a lot of trust. Like, it's a very high trust conversation, and you're locked into it for the duration. So you're like very mindful of what you say, and you know you're very considerate. If you are talking, some people just sit there with music in, and that's cool. But like, if you are talking with someone, it's a very high trust environment. You know, you're not gonna be like, "Hey, asshole," you know, and you're also gonna try not to make them laugh. What did you just eat? What the fuck did you eat?
Cookie.
Oh.
Ugh, I hate the wheat taste.
See, I don't mind it, because it reminds me of what I'm eating, and it means I don't eat a lot of it.
How insulting.
No, sorry, that's not right, because your cookies are delicious. But
I just hate the way
I wouldn't just
weed
snack on them,
tastes
you know.
in
Like-
edibles. Like
It's
the
like
cookie itself is good. Like nothing of it tastes bad besides the weed.
see, I like the it's like how I like.
So bad.
What the hell is what? Is there a random dot? I think it's from when you had the shader. I think you slipped.
Oh, okay.
No, it came off.
Oh, no, yeah,
You
yeah.
just didn't use soapy water the last time you wiped.
Okay, never mind. Scratch that from the record, people. I do not have a
That
random
was
dot.
pretty good.
It does look pretty good.
Nice
This-
job, Guns.
Dude, that is like a fun little tattoo.
That is
I'm
a
gonna
sick
do one
tattoo.
more pass and
Yeah.
try to even it out a little bit.
I think maybe like a little bit of rounding on that.
I think so too.
But
It's my problem child.
otherwise, I think that look.
Give you a tattoo?
Sure.
Huh?
He said I could give him a tattoo.
Oh, Christ.
You can add a smiley face.
Just my face. Okay.
You're
we can do
actually a good illustrator. Yeah.
that. Wow, thank you.
When you like just relax and just do it for fun while we're camping or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm very impressed, man.
I am extremely impressed.
I'm disappointed.
Oh my god.
I think you could, continue with your job, you know, but I feel like this could be a serious business for you, like down the line. And it's something that when you're old, that you could still do as long as you have a steady hand.
Yeah.
Well, like you work with your hands and stuff. Like it's not like you're gonna be like immobile or anything. Like my grandpa, he's in his late 80s, early 90s, and he's still trying to get on the roof of his damn house to fix shit.
Yeah. My grandpa's still falling off the roof
Yeah.
trying to fix shit.
So
He's gonna fucking kill himself one day. He cut one of his fucking. He
hope
like.
to meet your grandpa.
I hope he doesn't fall off a roof and die before he can. But he was a builder, like a bricklayer and like a builder his whole life. And then he retired finally at like fucking 65 or so. And then in his like early 70s, he cut off, I forgot if it was his thumb or a finger or something. It was like, my fucking god. That's gonna be me though. Like a lot of the old men in my family lose digits. And one of my grandmas.
How much was the tattoo setup?
I can't remember, but it wasn't as expensive as you think.
Like
You bought your sister a tattoo gun.
I did, but I had no fucking clue what to get. Like, did you research yours, or is it
No,
just Amazon?
I just went through reviews.
Went through what?
Reviews.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it looks
We
like
should get one.
I've always wanted to, but
I feel like
I don't want to like just practice on each other until we're like, you know. I don't want to be that couple.
we should dedicate one area of our bodies. Small area. Like our right thigh. Not the whole thigh. But
Well,
part
we got.
of the thigh.
Well, you know, for each of us, we're the only other fucking person's gonna have to deal with it. So.
Or the calf.
I feel like legs are inconsequential, kind of. Like as
What's-
long.
what's
Well,
inconsequential?
actually no.
Did I say that right?
Inconsequential. How many? Couple glasses in.
The second I said it, I was like, wait.
That's not right. Yeah, it's. Well, I guess on a. I guess it's different. It's different for a woman. Like,
Inconsequential.
like if you just had a bunch of scratchy tattoos on your leg, it'd be different than from like a man. For a man, it'd be like, oh lol, oh shit. But like, I feel like for a woman, you'd be heartbroken if you couldn't show off the part of your legs. You know.
Yeah, that's true. You can practice on bananas.
It doesn't
Banana
work.
peels. It
Doesn't work.
No,
It's
you have
totally
to like
different
scrape.
feel, man.
You have to scrape the inside of it out, and then you can draw on the peel. No. Well, I trust you. I
Tried it on bananas before I ever tattooed myself. I did try it on a banana, and then I tried it on myself, and I blew out every line for like the first 3 tattoos.
Oh, because you were pressing completely different.
Yeah,
What about on silicone?
I've never tried it.
It's probably an expensive way to learn, but if you could find like an affordable.
I wish it could just look like that.
Yeah, that'd look cool. You'd have to go. Over
I haven't
like,
wiped it yet for
12 times.
context.
Yeah. Well, this, this episode will have some photography to go along with it. Ow, motherfucker. If I put, I don't know, I might post a picture, but it's kind of like, hey, here's my birthmark, you know.
Plus, it will show off all my bad work.
Huh?
It's going to show off all my bad work if you post a picture of it.
I think
good though.
I think it looks good.
It looks really good.
These are the kind of tattoos I like.
Mm-hmm.
It's got charm.
It does.
All right, what do you think?
Dude, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I fucking love black work. I love the simplicity of it, and with something DIY, it's like it's cheeky.
Do you want me to go over that line again?
The
fuse?
I kind of like how it's got like the texture to it. I don't know. What do you think, love? Or do you think that
Maybe
might?
one more time.
You think it might chip
There's
away?
a chance that I could make it worse.
Okay, well, I think it looks good right now, but if you wanted it to be a little darker like the rest of it, you go over it one more time.
Worst case scenario, either we'll learn and fix it. If it blows out a little bit, I can get someone to touch
You
it
want
up.
to do it again?
Huh?
You want to do it again?
One.
Can you hand me that box? I need to see what these are. I think they might be thicker.
Thickums.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope I was smart enough to buy more than one side of the liner. These are smaller. At least I bought it different sizes.
What's your judgment? Like, whatever you think. Do you think we need to do another line to make the fuse hold, or do you think? I don't think it looks blown out.
What?
Like, I don't think the fuse looks blown out.
It's not blown out.
Yeah.
But it could be now. It could be after this.
Let's. If you, yeah, like I said, we can always add more. We can't take away, you know.
Right. If you're content,
I think it looks good.
staying.
Huh?
I'd recommend staying.
Okay.
If you're content.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks good.
That's a high compliment. She has to look at it forever.
You know, she loves
She would-
staring at ankles.
I didn't know it's the toes. It's the toes that I like staring at.
That's
But the ankle will
interesting.
All right. I hope it's filled in enough. I hope it whenever it heals, the last is probably gonna peel.
Yeah. Well, I hope so.
Do I need to go over it anymore? Or you think?
I don't think so. Look at my flag tattoo.
I'm comparing it to that.
Like,
Yeah,
you can see what happened there,
Yeah.
and that might happen like here.
Did your usual guy do that?
No. So I kind of wanted him to, but also it's kind of below what he can do because he did like my spine and stuff, like all the shading. So I didn't ask him. I asked this lady who does a lot of more like traditional and very basic black work stuff. So I was like, I didn't feel like silly to ask her to do it.
Yeah.
And then she kind of like didn't black it out good enough. It's like, it's alright. It's got character. And
Let me send a picture of my family group chat of what I'm doing.
Okay, so I really want to get one on my ankle.
The same
But
spot.
also, all my tattoos are even on either side of my body, and that makes me really happy. And if I can only get on one side, I'll be very sad.
Would you want it repeating, or would you want something like alternate?
I'm thinking about getting something also very simple on the other ankle to even myself out. Because mine is just going to be line work. You don't have to do any shading, so it shouldn't take too long. You know what I mean? Do you still want to do my tattoo, or are you tired?
I'll do your tattoo if you want me to. You just saw how this one went, so you're aware that my lines aren't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's a high degree of trust.
You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Yeah, we can just sit and chill. We can even pause this if we want to just...
Relax.
Yeah, let's pause this.
Okay. We'll come back to it, and maybe I'll put an ad in here, but probably not, because no one pays for this show.
Adios.
You want one?
Alright, where should I start? It's easier
What
to
if
go
it hurts
down.
really bad? If it hurts really bad, like and you hit me one time, can I have you stop and then we won't do it?
Just turn into a smiley face.
Yeah. we can do
I'll
that.
pay you for the noodle.
It'll just be a dot.
Just like a pen, babe.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
You being big and brave, or is it right?
It's not bad. Just like,
Yeah.
trying to move.
sorry. So,
Took some music on.
this fucking hurts.
Trying to make me laugh.
I'm just funny. I don't know what you want me to do. Oh, it's my jam right here.
Lady B.R. singing along to Fleetwood Mac's Dreams has been removed to appease the copyright gods.
Perfect.
It's pretty shaky, but
No, but I like it.
I think we made it through.
Oh, that hurt like a bitch. Okay.
And we are back, but we also just recorded accidentally like 15 minutes of my girlfriend getting her tattoo done.
Oh, fuck, I just touched it.
I need to like get to a point so I can actually, there we go, have it up so I can have my conversation piece. I think you did a good job, buddy.
You
Thank
did
you.
a great job.
I appreciate that. I was really nervous about
You
it.
were very nervous, and that's been kind of the funny thing. So I had like a big like opportunity thing today. You were more nervous than me,
I was.
which I really appreciate. I don't know if that's like just an empathy thing, but you were anxious as fuck, and I was trying to be cool.
I was having a ball. Not in a good way this morning.
Were you too high?
No, I'm too high.
We've been a bad influence. We've just been like dragging you along for like.
Yeah,
I
we've
have
just been
been-
keeping you high the whole time.
I've been higher than I've gotten significantly high more times consecutively than I ever have in my life on this trip.
We were an awful influence.
This is what we do on a daily.
Yeah, I can tell.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly.
That's a bit much. That's not true.
But
We're on vacation.
I'm glad y'all both like y'all's tattoos. I just did 2 tattoos.
We were on edibles and you weren't.
Yeah, I was not. I made the conscious decision then to not be on edibles, but I am high and I am a little bit drunk.
Yeah, you did the adult thing.
Yeah.
You held off on the harder stuff, which I respect.
Yeah, that's respectable.
But like, why the fuck do we tell people not to do drugs when they get tattoos? Like, I get alcohol. That's completely valid. You don't want to thin the blood and have some dumbass bleed everywhere and be like throwing up and shit. But like weed, getting a tattoo, I was just fucking content as hell.
Yeah.
Good.
Like the whole time I was just smiling. I didn't.
Lady
give a
Lady B.R. had a much easier tattoo, but she did not have as easy of a time
You needed more.
proportionally.
I didn't take enough.
That's always the
And
thing.
also, I drank this time, and for all of my previous tattoos, I never drank.
Just
So
just
I think
go
I
high.
fucked it up. I should have just smoked.
When I tattoo
I
myself, I'm
should've just-
usually drunk. Like,
Do they suck?
no, some of them are good.
But I mean, like, does it suck getting them? Does it really hurt?
At this point, I'm so used to it. I think once you do it yourself, you cross some sort of bridge.
It's just like a mental thing. The ability to
And-
stab yourself.
Yeah, you just more quickly become accustomed to it, and you have access to it all the time. So it's just different. I
Get high
just
off your
go
own
into
supply.
like a state where I feel all the pain, but I just don't care. So that's kind of it. I still feel the pain.
It's pretty hardcore.
It's still there, but you just embrace the suck.
Well, I've had tattoo artists who like did like in the mirror like whole thigh pieces or like a scalp tattoo on themselves.
That's impressive.
Like fucking crazy shit. And you're like, that is one like a great mental ability, but like the pain tolerance and the skill to like fucking do all that, your brain has got to be screaming at you to not be doing exactly what you're doing right now, and you're like, shh, this is pretty. As you're stabbing yourself.
Yeah, my scalp tattoo is the only tattoo I have that was done by a professional, and it was also the most painful tattoo I've ever had.
Nope.
It took like 3 hours.
Did it feel like it was like bouncing off your skull? Like, how, or was there enough skin and meat
it
there
felt
to like...
a cat digs its claws into you.
Just put my hand on my tattoo.
It feels like a cat's claw that's ripping through your skin. And for most of the tattoo on my scalp, it felt not like that. It felt okay. But for the worst part, it felt like it was just tearing through skin, which is exactly what's happening. So that makes sense. But like you just register pain in different parts of your body differently. And behind the ear was the worst part.
I feel like I would prefer to have stick and poke.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you had stick and poke?
Yeah, my neck tattoos are stick and poke.
So, what was the stick and poke method they used? Like, what tools did they use?
They had
Was it like an actual kit, or did they improvise?
No, they had a kit.
Hmm.
It was literally like a needle, like blade-like thing. And yeah, he had the ink, and
That's
I
hardcore
was
as
really,
fuck.
really high, and I watched Avatar, and then by the end of the movie, it
The
was
movie
done.
or the show?
The movie.
The movie, okay.
Yeah, it's like a 3-hour movie, and I think it was literally an hour and a half for both sides.
And were you on an edible?
I was really high. I think
Just
I was on
smoking.
an edible. I think I did take an edible.
See, that's funny. Like, I felt like I can't say it enough. I felt fucking grand, and this is not to say like run out and always do an edible when you get a tattoo, but maybe consider it if your tattoo artist is cool, because you shouldn't like take shit if your tattoo artist doesn't know what's up with you. You know, like self-medicate and then just go in there and be like, "Good luck, man."
I'm really high, by the way.
That's what I did for my spine.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm oddly a good kid about that. I'm like, if I fucking pass out on you, it's never happened to me, ever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would happen, but if it does randomly, I don't know if I'm just gonna get, all of a sudden, like, one part of me is just so unbearable. It just does it. I don't know. I don't think being high would be, like, a real issue for him medically, but at least not on, like, weed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I try and be, like, a little careful, but with you...
Ask your doctor before you get a tattoo. If you can get high.
Yeah, can I take an edible?
So...
Well, my answer would be yes, but I'm not a doctor.
It worked out fine for me.
Yeah, I feel grand.
Well, I'm happy y'all enjoy them. That's all I can say.
Don't be drunk.
And I also want to say that I'm really happy with the quality of the trip we've been on for these past several days now.
Cool.
And I want to talk a little bit about what we did and be as general and as specific as we can be. So we were in North Carolina for a musical event.
Mm.
And we
We're out of our element for one.
Yeah, we were out of our element for sure. I was pushed out of my comfort zone in multiple ways.
I was thriving.
Yeah, we were in my girlfriend's environment. That was very much her scene, and so instead of hanging out with people who were on watch lists, we were hanging out with talented musical people, and we were like,
It was a change of pace for sure.
it was cool, but
It was a lot of fun.
because like we were just sitting on the sidelines while you were like, talking to all the people.
I'm glad I had you there, BR. I'm sure you were glad that I was there.
I'm sure you
Oh
were
yeah,
glad.
I would just be standing on the sidelines like, hey, I'm not talented, at least not like you guys.
Everybody was so talented, and so let's say when we got in, since BR and Lady B.R. flew into the wrong state, we got to our Airbnb significantly later than we originally planned.
Oh, can I just say this? So what we've identified is that this is a recurring theme that might happen again, because this is what happened, for those who don't remember, on our way to Havasu, Lake Havasu, for our last eMilitia meeting.
Trooper meetup. Number 1. Before we knew we were the troopers.
And we drove through the desert, and we had a whole fucking thing seeing a cow's ass that looked like a demon, and yeah, you have to listen to that one, but Jesus Christ, it was just kind of like another one of those wild... It feels a little bit unreal.
Yeah, like something's gonna fuck up, but you just gotta do what you can do, and try not to die in the desert. Try not to fly 2 states away.
Yeah.
Next up is yet to make a mistake.
We're gonna have to. So you've said guns, so I'm gonna have to copy that.
Oh, damn.
I'm just gonna have to like paste that, and it's just however you said it, whatever tone you use, it's just gonna be like guns.
It's gonna sound so
Sorry.
unnatural.
Wait, let me just say it again.
Say it like yeah.
What'd you even say?
I don't remember now. What is it like?
Guns. Just say it like.
Yeah, but what did you say?
As you would.
Okay,
As
I
you would.
remember. Scene.
Scene. Just say it. She's not ready for radio.
And next up, Guns has yet to make a mistake.
Yes, I've yet to make a mistake. A significant one, anyway. I did accidentally take an exit today whenever we were supposed to stay on the main drag, but that's because the rain was so bad that we couldn't see like 30 feet in front of our car.
That wasn't a big mistake, though.
Yeah, no, that wasn't that. Jesus.
It probably saved our lives.
It probably did. You're not wrong.
Yeah, no, seriously,
It was seriously the worst rain I've ever seen. I've never seen rain like that.
See, I come back anywhere, I leave the desert, and the rain's like, I'm gonna fuck this European up. he thinks he's gotten away from the weather. Fuck you. Drown, bitch.
It was fun though.
Just a
But so
little adventure.
the first night we got in, we ended up going to this cool little bar until they closed, which I think was about 2:00.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went home and we caught a decent amount of sleep. I didn't sleep so well.
We watched Love, Death, and Robots first.
All fucked up on the couch.
Yeah, we did.
We watched some really good episodes of Love, Death, and Robots. But
I would recommend my rec for this podcast is Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix.
Watch the Siren episode. It's the best and most beautiful one.
God, I was so fucked up for those.
I loved that
They
episode.
traumatized the shit out of me.
Oh, she's fucking gorgeous.
It's called Jabaro. I think the episode is called Jabaro.
That sounds like a slur.
I hope it's not.
It's the girl with all the pretty jewelry on. She's shiny.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Then the second day, what happened the second day?
We
Participated in her events and stuff.
we got kicked out of an arena.
Oh, that's the story. That is the
Right.
story. So we tried
We got our steps in
and
for this
We
trip.
did. It was middle of the day, super freaking hot, extremely humid, and we were walking through this city on our
Very
way
little
to an
shade opportunity
Mm-hmm.
going on. But yeah, so we made it to where a lot of events were taking place, and me and Lady B.R. made it through perfectly fine.
I get
wasn't
stopped-
it?
First time around, yes.
Yeah.
I get stopped at every security checkpoint ever. I didn't on the flight. You actually did for the first time, my love, which is surprising. But
I did. Why did I get...
So,
anyways.
but
Yeah.
it was you that got caught, right?
No, it wasn't me
The
that
first
guy.
time, yes.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, I didn't realize there would be security where we were going. We got there and I was like, fuck. And I had nowhere to put my stuff. Like, I had my camera on me and like a whole bunch of other shit. But most importantly, I had allegedly a little vape pen, and it's a fun vape pen. And looks like Guns has walked away to get a drink or do something else. But he's making noise. What was I gonna say? Well, luckily I'm the edge, so it doesn't matter how long it takes. There you go. That's a classic beer retrieval mid recording. Except I'm actually here to have eyes on it. What was I gonna say? I'm fucked up.
So
You got caught.
Oh yeah, so I got caught.
yes.
So then we rearranged the bag we were carrying.
Before all of this happens, though, the lady literally tells us to hide it 3 times. She said it like 2 or 3 times.
Like under her voice, like, hey, just
hide it.
You can't
Just
bring
hide
this in
it.
here. Just hide it.
Just hide it.
And like a couple of us staff were kind of standing around with her, like, yeah, whatever, you know. And so we walk around the corner, and I wasn't just gonna walk outside and like take the piss and just shove it somewhere else. You know, we took a little bit of a walk. We took the L, went around the corner, and like shoved it somewhere. Not it in a bag, deep in a bag, and we should have shoved it somewhere else.
Honestly, I should have.
We should have put it in my boots because my boots went off when I went through the metal detector.
Yeah, fucking classic. No matter the event, steel toe boots. I love it.
Yeah, and if I had just put them down my, dropped them in the side of my boot, I think we would have made it through fine.
It was funny because when you walked through, they were just like, "Oh, it must be your boots." No one gave a fuck. You could have like fucking anything you want.
Nobody wanted me or patted me down.
Well, didn't they have you like put your feet in first before the rest of your body?
No, I just walked through again.
Dude, you can have a fucking Glock 26 in there.
Yeah. Or Glock 10.
Fucking whatever you wanted, honestly. But so yeah, it was just me that got caught. My stupid tiny little pen. Like it's very easy to conceal, and if I knew it would have been in trouble, I would have put it like on the inside of my belt line behind my belt buckle, which I've done to get like knives into clubs and stuff before. When I accidentally, because I always carry a pocket knife. It's like a fucking religion to me. Because it was very illegal in England to be caught with a locking knife. So I just, out of principle, always have one on me. We go to a club and I'm like, oh fuck, they actually have security doing their job for once. So I just like conceal it in my belt line and they never find it. You know, they're not gonna make you take off your belt. So I should have done that at this place, but you just shoved it in your bag real quick, and so we go back in.
I make it through again.
Yep. And then
BR makes it through, and then I hear,
what is this?
She's
like, you can't,
ma'am,
you can't bring this in.
What did I tell you?
And then the guy that was
And the
standing
guy-
next to her was like, "We've been doing this a long time, sweetheart."
Yeah, like trying to scold me like we've been through this before.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, you literally told us to hide it. And I did. This bitch goes and
like rummages
through the bag. And I'm like, I hid it for you.
There
I
was
hid it
definitely some
because of
rummaging
you.
going on.
And she found it because she was rummaging. She should have just looked. Like the first time she opened my bag, she just opened it and looked. And that's why I got through with mine. But she went ahead and looked for it.
So anyway, we secured our second L. And
just
then
took
we
it.
just left.
left. That was
We
like, if
didn't
we
go
go
back
back
to the
in
event.
again, we're gonna get kicked out like for good
Banned.
and not be able to come back at all.
So
for
what
the
do
rest of the
we
weekend.
do after that?
I
We
think.
met up with some friends at the hotel.
Yeah. Okay, so, and then we
Had dinner.
did. Where did we go for dinner?
We went to that funny place
What?
with the pimento cheese.
Dude, it's been such a blow. We've had like a lot of good meals.
With the dinosaur in the front.
Oh,
Guys,
that's
I'm trying not to
right.
give things away here.
Well, that
The
kind of
good burgers.
that kind of describes like a quirky flyover.
The diner?
Yeah, we sat outside.
Yeah. Remember
No.
the Americana place? We sat outside. You can just say it. and I'll
Oh,
leave- and I'll leave
yeah. Yeah, I remember. That was my wreck.
it. Yeah.
That was your recommendation. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Dude, I ordered a liquid marijuana.
Yeah.
That
What are
shit.
those liquid marijuanas?
Liquid like that. I've just been thinking about them recently. Like I've been having just whiskey all the time, but it's summer. I wanted something kind of fun.
Yeah, so we ended up going to sleep at what time, you think? It wasn't that bad.
That day? Oh no, we slept in that day.
No,
a little
because
bit.
we did sing around at the hotel, didn't we?
I thought there was one day that we actually slept in until like midday,
And
and
it was
then
like
Yeah, we
4
ended up
a.m.
going to sleep and sleeping in until
It was like 3. It was like 3:30.
I slept
No,
until
you're
about
right.
1 p.m. I can't remember what time we ended up getting to sleep,
We
but
woke up at like 12:30.
yeah, I woke up at like 1 something,
You woke
and
up at
then we
1:45.
did not sleep until probably 11 o'clock the next night. We were just going steady, and
we had driving to do and like a lot of social
we did have
obligations.
some traveling to do, but we stayed up. We were in North Carolina. We stayed up all night at these events, drinking and smoking, and
Until like 5 a.m.
yeah, and then we did our traveling for the day, and we went.
We didn't go to sleep.
Yeah, we just
didn't
got
have-
back.
Didn't even have a power nap. Well, they did in the car. I didn't because I'm a beast and I don't need that shit.
Bang, sponsored by Bang Energy.
You were a beast, but you also said that I only got like 30 minutes of sleep
It's true.
the first
You
time.
didn't sleep
anyways.
long. The first time. Now the other times in the car, you are a sleeper in the car.
You sleep better than military people.
The night after we were driving from North Carolina or South Carolina, I slept like 2.5, 3 hours in the car.
Yeah.
Solid.
And BR got a good half hour or so.
Of head nodding and being jerked awake and freaking out and then falling asleep again. Like, where are we? Oh, fuck.
Most stressful 30 minutes of sleep ever.
It is. When your head's just bobbing, you're like, fuck, I'm driving. Ah. You're like, I'm not behind the wheel. You just keep on doing that continuously. I fucking hate sleeping. And we have sleeping while you're traveling, and we're going to have to do that tomorrow morning.
Yep. Good luck. I am actually driving back all the way home tonight. I'm not going to say exactly where we are, but it's a 6-hour drive for me. So it'll probably take me about 7 hours.
Damn.
And then I'm going to try my best to go to sleep, and then I have to go to work at 6 p.m. tomorrow. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But it's been a really good trip. And I'm glad
great.
we get to do this in person too, because we've been waiting for a chance to do this in Havasu.
Yeah, and we were fucking cheated of it.
New Orleans would have been a good trip.
New Orleans would have been a badass get together. We'll figure out another one, and we managed to get together with a few people at
Childeberg?
Childeberg. I was thinking B something. I was like, it's not Bilderberg, it's Childeberg.
Bilderberg.
But
Bilderberg.
God, I'm pretty fucked up, guys.
Bilderberg.
We're trying to get through all of the alcohol we have left. We still have.
Because they can't take it on the plane.
I'm still staring down.
Was that half a jar?
About half a jar of Midnight Moon apple pie moonshine from South Carolina.
And we have about half a bottle of Tremana Gold Tequila.
Oh, fuck. Well, that's all you, my love.
Does your mom like tequila?
No, my mom does not like tequila. I would try to give tequila away, but I think I'm gonna end up drinking it.
Can you drink tequila?
It's good tequila.
Don't
really
fucking
good.
keep it around for a visitor. If it's
you're
gonna
right.
kill you.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
girls love that.
Yeah, that's
Love that.
the only reason I got rid of the what was it that I had in my cupboard for Halloween? The tequila. Fucking
Oh, the Azul?
no, the green one. The really popular tequila.
Jose?
One of the big
Patron?
ones. Patron.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
had
had
a-
some fun nights with that Patron.
You had one fun night, and I bought you some more later on.
I went through all that in one night?
Oh fuck yeah, you did on Halloween.
No way.
All right, yeah. Keep it up.
It's very possible.
You definitely did. You did have
I've
help
done
from.
that.
You had one friend who was helping you, because it wasn't me, because I can't drink the stuff, because my body doesn't recognize what tequila is. It's too European. It's like, I will die if I consume this.
Fair enough.
So anyway, we're all pretty fucked up right now.
Yeah, I'm about to switch up to moonshine.
Trying to get through all of our alcohol.
Fuck.
I'm trying to get it in before I
Wine
drive,
before
you know.
liquor makes you sicker.
Wine before liquor makes you sicker.
But if you drink something chill after you drink that, you'll be fine.
That doesn't rhyme. I don't know if that works.
Chill, like cold,
Like not alcoholic.
like
Just
water.
eat another tortilla. It'll be fine.
Fuck you.
Alright.
I learned that BR just randomly snacks on plain flour tortillas, like as a legitimate meal source. He's just like eating a plain flour tortilla.
When I'm on the fucking move. Wait, have you never done that while you've been hiking? Like had tortillas and like peanut butter and shit.
No, I never.
What?
I like things like beef.
Oh no.
Beef jerky and
No, I have that too.
meat sticks, Baby Bell cheeses, and
Yeah, I have like not the cheeses, but like the meats and like tortillas. Some guys like have peanut butter and shit.
yeah, I've done a peanut butter dipped an apple in it when hiking before.
Tortillas travel well.
And then one time, I didn't prepare this meal, but I had just plain noodles with Chex Mix mixed into it. It was pretty bland. It was pretty bad. But I was like, I had never seen it before, and this is when I was younger and kind of an idiot, so I was like, what the hell is this? And they were like, it's called carbs. And I was like, oh, yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. We had a lot of hiking to do, so.
See, sometimes you just need some carbs.
That's true.
Fuck that carnivore diet.
No, carnivore. I'm interested. I might give it a go.
You probably benefit from it.
No, I probably would. Ugh, diets. Can we be
I need
fucked?
to get back on the carnivore diet.
Maybe I'll.
Basically keto.
Yeah, it's just a
Wait,
more
does it
hardcore
do
keto.
Just like
ketosis?
straight.
Yeah, it does ketosis.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
just straight protein though.
That sounds like a lot of
Instead
work.
of
Protein
like
and
cheeses.
That sounds like a lot of work.
I mean, it's great. I just eat ribeyes. Like, every day I'll just eat a ribeye.
Is that expensive?
It's about $12 a day. It's not terrible when it comes to food.
We shall think about it.
I also do a lot of burgers when I'm doing carnivore. I'm about to start it again. I waited until after this trip. I was like, this trip I know I'm going to be doing.
This trip had to be a vacation just for practicality with all the fucking driving.
I
I
knew
did
I was
pretty
going to be
good
doing some
last
wild
week.
shit. So I was like, I'm not even going to try before this trip because this trip is going to break anything I do.
I hate that feeling when you're traveling. You're just like, everything's fucked. Like, food has to be just as practical as possible. And when you're traveling a distance, you can't like prepare your own food. You're like, well, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Also, this Airbnb
Doesn't have a
didn't
kitchen.
a full kitchen, so
Rip.
That kind of sucked.
We may do though.
Yeah, I did really well eating last week, I think, and then this week was not good.
I took him to Bojangles.
Yeah, we did get some culture.
Yeah, Bojangles was fun.
Fun thing was going to happen.
I had to go and see what Guns Drunk drives to after a show.
I wish it was open after a show. Usually I go to Cookout. Shout out to Cookout for keeping me out of jail.
I'm kind of bummed that we didn't get to go.
There will be a next time.
Oh yeah,
Maybe there's a cookout at the airport.
maybe.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know if they come this far north.
They daren't. Did we miss anything?
I think we talked about. So we went to
Everything.
the day we went to Charleston. We ended up playing pool at a pool hall. Oh, and there was a Fed there.
Yeah, like legit
jacket
yellow
with the
lettering.
alphabet shit on the back and gun and everything.
I think
So I was kind of wigging out because I had some edibles and I was pretty inebriated, alcoholically.
I was just vibing, but then I saw her and I couldn't like not say something. I was like, that's kind of weird. What the fuck are
BR
they?
comes up to me and he's like, with this strange look on his face, and he's like, "Hey, have you noticed the fucking Fed over there by the bar?"
I'm like, what the fuck is
I
that?
was like, "No, I haven't."
Dude, I don't know how this part of the country works. I come from the Wild West where, like, the feds stay in their offices and just come to our houses when it's time to, kick it in. They're out hanging out at your bars in their fucking leather jacket. Well, not leather. They're leather jackets with a gun on their hip. I'm like, what the fuck's that about? And
It was weird. I've never seen it before either.
that is the especially weird thing. You're like, I've never seen that before. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, exactly. They're tracking us. They know exactly where we came from. They know exactly what we were doing.
I was like,
They've already caught the others.
yeah, I was like 98% sure it had nothing to do with that. But I was like, what the fuck are they? Because
That 2% is a bitch, though.
That 2% is a bitch. Like, you have to be, like, kind of practically a little bit paranoid. So you're like, that's probably... Like, the one time I got a ticket so far in this country, there was, like, this white SUV driving behind me with a bunch of antennas and, like, is that cattle guard? Not cattle guard. What the fuck do you call it on the front?
Brush guard?
Brush guard? Yeah.
That's what I call them.
Yeah, I don't know. But,
I'm talking about, like, the rails and shit.
Yeah.
The headlights. And
it was this, like, unmarked white SUV with a bunch of, like, antennas and that. And I was like, that's probably a cop. And I was doing, like, 78 or something, allegedly. In a 60, or a 65 or something, and I saw him and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a cop. And it was like just a few seconds too late. He fucking called me, but I saw that cop and I was like, yeah, they're probably not a danger. But there's that little bit of you that's like, I've been wrong before though.
Yeah, I've never gotten a ticket.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Knock on some wood.
Oh shit, that's another thing to fucking mention. As we crossed into a state that had signs that said traffic monitored by aircraft.
Speed monitored by aircraft.
Speed monitored by aircraft. What the fuck?
That's pretty crazy.
I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, we didn't see the aircraft though.
We saw a lot
out of sight, out of mind.
We saw a lot of birds.
We did saw a lot of birds.
It's like a thing.
The trees are beautiful.
Filled
They're not
with
used to
camera
having.
birds.
So for those of you that are listening that are from the east, understand what I mean when I say forests. And apparently forests out west
They're not the same.
are not the same at all. I've seen pictures, and I've spent some time in the west, and they were not prepared for the amount of greenery that's down here and how thick the canopy is, because it's like a legitimate subtropical environment.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's so lush.
It's even worse down in South Carolina.
Oh, that doesn't have anything on where we're at now. Well, no, where we're at now doesn't have anything on that. Like, everything was just thriving like fucking crazy down there.
Yeah. So I think BR is gonna have a good time figuring out how to ruck impromptu through this brush.
Dude,
it's gonna be different for sure.
My kid's gonna go from like, oh, we're just going for a walk through some trees, into like, I need like 3 machetes because the blades are going dull, and like a sharpener, and maybe like a flamethrower or some shit. I don't know.
For the spiders.
Yes. Yeah. Fuck. I was just doing the gentlemanly thing and using my face to clear them for us today. But that kind of sucked.
Thanks for taking one for the team.
It was not fun. Go. What else?
We went to a cool market. I bought a bucket hat, and I'm in love with it. It's purple.
Yeah, you're like the only.
She looks really good in it.
I have no idea how you rock a bucket hat. I know like no other human being that does.
I don't know. It's talent.
Post Malone.
He has fucking like caterpillar eyebrows. I mean, you know.
Don't talk about him like that.
All right, we're gonna have to have a talk. Oh, fucking Charleston is beautiful.
Yeah, we spent some time in downtown Charleston.
A lot of fucking cops.
Tried to see the battery, but I either went the wrong way or they moved all the cannons. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, I either didn't know what I was doing or the battery's gone. They moved the battery.
That's funny. Like, you remember, like, on my show?
We went to a really good restaurant, though.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I actually saw the ocean and had seafood. I've missed seafood living in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was lovely.
What were you about to say on your show?
On my show, like, a little bit back, like, last time you were on, you were just saying about, like, the sites that we need to see in South Carolina. Was that before we planned this trip?
Probably.
That was so random. That was so fucking random that we talked about that. From what I understand, we were just talking about where you're from. Like, we weren't planning the trip at that point. This just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Which is how these trips usually happen. It's like, hey, I'm going to be near you. Want to tag along?
Yeah, I'm glad I did. It was a great opportunity. I learned a lot. It was a good time.
Smoked a lot.
Smoked a lot. I smoked a lot tonight. I don't know how I'm going to get home.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, we're literally going to be flying.
Don't do what I do, listeners.
Oh, fuck.
I don't speed. I'm a safe driver, okay? I check my blind spots, except for that one time where I almost killed us on the way here.
You almost ruined the entire trip with that one.
You're like, oh, damn, almost ruined the trip, guys.
I remember looking back at me, and I was like... I mean...
It was a close one. I didn't check my left blind spot, and I tried to merge, and it was close. They didn't honk or anything. I think they were just about to accept the hit, to be honest. But I noticed it at the last second.
Yeah, they were just kind of floating there, like, huh. Probably the same way we were, like, huh.
Oh fuck.
Crisis averted.
Yeah, but it was a good time. And you know what? I'm not gonna say anything about the moves you're making, but I hope the things you have going for you continue to go for you, and that things work out in the best way possible. That's what I'll tell you.
Thank you, man. Like, having you along for the ride, and my girlfriend, this was like a big thing. I was very stressed about.
Because it's been some years since we've seen each other, hasn't it?
Yeah.
At least a couple.
Yeah, 2020, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know why, but it felt like, I don't know. I know it's been a few years, but it didn't feel like it'd been a few years.
Yeah,
That
as soon
makes
as I
sense.
saw y'all at the airport.
Yeah, I was
as
just
soon as I
like,
picked y'all up, I was like, all right, it's just time to go. Like,
yeah.
y'all want something to eat? Like,
Yeah, it's not like,
as
oh,
simple as that.
hi, friend.
Yeah. There was no adjustment period. It was great. It was seamless.
Except for me profusely apologizing for you having to drive to pick
Because we
us up.
flew to the wrong
To
state.
the wrong
Yeah.
state. Besides that, it was great.
That's it. I'm really...
It wasn't even that bad of a drive.
See, the headline from all of this is gonna be BR flew to the wrong state, not... No one's gonna hear his girlfriend accidentally booked flights to the wrong state. It's just gonna be like, the Brit didn't know which state to
I
fly
remember waking up and having a missed call from Lady B.R. I think it was you that called me, wasn't it?
I called you.
You called me?
Yeah.
Okay. I get our group chat and our calls mixed up, but I had a missed call and I had a text and it was like something, I'm so sorry. We accidentally booked our flights for the wrong state, so you're going to have to change up your day a little bit. I was like, okay, that's no problem. Because the first drive, I was expecting an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And that turned into 2 hours. I was expecting about a 30-minute second drive, and that ended up being like a 3-hour second drive.
Yeah.
I felt so fucking bad.
Yeah.
But they paid for my gas
Yep.
nearly the whole way. So
Reparations, man.
I just have
We
wear and
made it
tear on my
right.
car.
You
A
what?
little bit.
I said just have wear and tear on my car. That's it.
Really, when you think about it, only an extra 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I would be
The
here.
rest was already in the plans.
Without the gas, I'd still be here.
And if we'd have gotten, we might have gone straight to the event instead of going to that dive bar.
It was meant to happen.
That's what you
What did I
always. That's
say?
what you always say.
What did I say at the beginning of the trip? I was like, guys, I don't know why it happened this way. It really sucks that it did at the moment. But there is a reason. I just don't know what it is.
That y'all got
And that was
tattoos.
it. And we did get tattoos.
That was the reason. Because if we didn't,
wouldn't have been
if
able to-
if I didn't have to drive to the completely wrong airport, I wouldn't have gone through my hometown to get to where we were going, and I never would have picked up my tattoo gun.
This is true.
And now y'all are marked by me permanently,
Beautiful.
forever.
Did you have good energy while you were tattooing me?
I was less nervous about yours. I think just because I just got into the groove of it a little bit.
That's how was the practice.
Yeah,
I like that. See.
I was definitely nervous. I was like sweating. I was so nervous about yours, BR, but we made it through. I'm not displeased with how they turned out.
That's a really.
Could have been a little better, but
I like that.
not bad. They're both readable, if you know what you're looking at.
I'm proud of my little bomb. I can. Oh yeah, I said this like during our little break, but Guns has given me the ability to conceal carry a bomb wherever I go from here on out. I just have to wear long socks and I've got a bomb with me.
Always armed.
You could always show it too.
Well, that's the thing. TSA pulls me over and start giving me shit. I pull down my sock and be like,
This one's ready to go.
it's already lit.
You got a few seconds, baby.
And then they'll just absolutely molest the shit out of my orifices. But anyway.
The last time I flew, I checked in and some lady came up to me and immediately flagged me for an extra security check.
Was
She
that,
put like
did
this
you have
extra
your
tag on my bag, so I was marked.
Were your scalp tats on show?
Yeah, they were.
There you go. I would have marked you too.
Yeah.
If I was a little fucking evil government drone, I'd be like, fuck that guy. He fits a profile.
Yeah, I do fit a profile.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, I think we covered everything. I think we're good to wrap this up.
You think the people will like this one?
I think they'll like the second half a little bit more.
Yeah, the first one was mainly just concentrating.
So for those of you that are still here, I hope I'm right. I hope you all enjoyed the second half more than you did the first half.
Me
Because I
too.
want you to have a good time.
Well, plus, it's been a fucking bitch to get stuff out, so please humbly accept us inebriated and doing bad things to ourselves.
Yep.
For group bonding.
Homemade tattoo gang for life.
Fuck yeah. DIY.
Hashtag troopers.
Hashtag troopers indeed.
Hashtag troopers. Point 2.
What?
2.0.
Troopers.
Troopers Part 2.
Okay, part 2, yeah.
Troopers 2022.
Troopers
sequel.
2022, the sequel.
Yeah.
Two
So-
brothers.
It's been a good
One
time.
sister.
Thanks for coming in and listening.
We're gonna finish up this moonshine and then see if Guns can drive home.
Yeah, hopefully I don't have to call out of work tomorrow. But we'll see you next time.
Bye.